Hi everybody, could you use some good news? Well, first up, as I'm sure you've all heard by now, last week the United States Supreme Court handed down two historic rulings on the issue of same-sex marriage. The court dismissed the case of Hollingsworth versus Perry on the grounds that those who brought the appeal in defense of California's Proposition 8, which banned same-sex marriage in that state, lacked sufficient standing. This means a lower court ruling striking down Prop 8 will be allowed to stand, paving the way, once again, for legally recognized same-sex marriage in the state of California. And in a ruling with broader implications for the nation as a whole, the court struck down the Defense of Marriage Act, the federal law defining marriage as exclusively heterosexual and barring legally married same-sex couples from taking advantage of the same federal benefits as married opposite-sex couples. Writing for the majority, Justice Anthony Kennedy declared that DOMA had deprived legally married same-sex couples of a liberty guaranteed them by the Due Process Clause of the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution. Both rulings were a bit narrower than they might have been. There wasn't the sweeping declaration that all states be required to recognize same-sex marriages that some of the more optimistic supporters of marriage equality were hoping for. Nonetheless, a monumental week for LGBT equality, for the same-sex couples who seek just treatment under the law, and those of us who support them in their cause. These two rulings were most definitely good news. Changing gears now for a bit of science news, astronomers at CSIRO, Australia's national science agency, have detected what they believe to be the raw material from which some of the universe's first stars were formed. Using CSIRO's Compact Array Telescope, astronomers studied a collection of massive clumps of matter nicknamed the spiderweb. The spiderweb stretches across a distance of 250,000 light-years. A team led by CSIRO astronomer Bjorn Emmons examined the spiderweb for traces of molecular hydrogen gas, the basic ingredient from which stars are made. They found that the spiderweb contains an amount of molecular hydrogen equivalent to the mass of 60 billion stars the size of our sun. Or should I say, contained. The spiderweb is over 10 billion light-years away, meaning that the radio waves detected by the CSIRO telescope originated over 10 billion years ago, which means it, along with all its star-fueling hydrogen, is a ghost, an echo from when the universe was a mere 3 billion years old, when new galaxies were beginning to form. The U.S. Supreme Court hands down two historic rulings, bringing us closer than ever to LGBT equality, and Australian astronomers discover the building blocks of stars in a 10 billion year old spiderweb. That's the good news. You gonna go take a nap? You've earned it.